basketball when you find that rhythm? What's it like to be in there and just be consistent when you are in that rhythm?
It's a great feeling. I kind of blacked out there in the second quarter for a second. No, I feel like when you hit a couple shots in a row, the ball is like a magnet, and your teammates are just kind of looking for you. TJ did a great job tonight, just overall, but for me especially, he was great. He was constantly sort of seeking me out and trying to get guys to screen for me, playing dribble handoff action with me, throwing ahead to me. So that was huge.
When they kind of try to hit back at you, try to get back in there when you guys answer back and not allow them to do it, just to be able to respond the way you guys did to not get them back in the game.
Yeah, I mean, they cut it, I think, to 6. I think it was 78-72, and we responded with another run. And, we would have liked to have been a little bit better defensively tonight. But, overall, I was really happy with how we played. Obviously, we shared the ball really well with how many assists we had and competed.
JJ, when you first came here, did you get the sense of just how unselfish this team was, and where do you think it comes from? Is it the coaches and the players?
I think it's sort of lived up to my expectations. It's probably one of the main reasons I wanted to come here was because of how they have played in the past. Sometimes, with the intention of sort of maybe not trying to win at times too, but I liked how they played. And I just kind of envisioned myself, enjoying sort of playing in this atmosphere. And I think too, it's like we've always got to sort of balance, just pinging the ball around and doing all that stuff, and at the same time we have to get it to our best player on the block sometimes. So I think we're figuring that out. 19 games into the season, but I don't think it was as good as we could have been at the beginning of the year.
You kind of touched upon TJ earlier, but what was he doing tonight that he was able to get you those good looks, not just looks but good looks so easily?
He was pushing in transition, but it's a little bit different. Whereas Ben, when he pushes in transition, he can pretty much get to the rim every time that he wants. TJ plays at that sort of pace with sort of the intention of trying to draw a second defender or just create confusion. A lot of times, he doesn't even draw a second defender. We're just kind of cutting and moving around his penetration, and he kind of uses that, we call it a Nash, where he dribbles underneath the basket and back around as just a way to sort of create action for us. We had talked earlier this morning in shoot around about what we call Noahs, just like little dribble handoffs in transition between TJ and I as sort of an action. And I think my first 3 was on that play, so we executed that well. Those are just some of the things that he was doing, but just overall, I mean, TJ, he plays with such tenacity and energy, and we all just fed off that tonight.
TJ said that he's the best shooter he's ever played with.
He hasn't played with many great shooters. I mean, that's no offense. But.
Where do you see yourself as a shooter in this league? I mean, so many names are mentioned before they get to your name. Obviously, you're a great shooter.
I mean, I don't. How many names are mentioned before you get to me? It's like 3. There may be 3, right? I mean, out of 3, yeah. Steph, Clay. I would put Katie there, and then probably me. So, Kyle's obviously a great shooter. Bradley Beal. There's a lot of great shooters, and I think what I've been able to do over the last 4 or 5 years is kind of speaks to itself.
Obviously, the NBA season is long. There's going to be injuries. Other things are going to happen. Tonight, with Joel not being totally himself, Ben out of the game, what does it say about the team's resolve to be able to get a win like this?
I think it just speaks to our culture, the culture we're trying to build, where we can just kind of step up and have different guys, play our system and play well. Again, there's a sort of a personal responsibility to sort of bring it every night, regardless of who's not in the lineup. And again, I know I keep saying it, but you have to give TJ a lot of credit. We fed off his energy.